Hey guys, check out Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0, brought to you by Mama Jumbo Shrimp, a fully updated second edition, reviewed and revised by an expert panel of certified Italian wine ambassadors from across the globe. The book also includes an edition by Professore Attilio Scienza, Italy's leading vine geneticist. To pick up a copy today, just head to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com.
Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Listen in as we journey to some of Italy's most beautiful places in the company of those who know them best, the families who grow grapes and make fabulous wines. Through their stories, we will learn not just about their wines, but also about their ways of life, the local and regional foods and specialities that pair naturally with their wines, and the most beautiful places to visit. We have a wonderful journey of discovery ahead of us, and I hope you will join me. Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Today I'm delighted to continue our special series that highlights the winners of the prestigious 5-star Wines and Wines Without Walls competition that took place earlier this year. Over the course of 2 long days, and they were long days because I was one of the judges, more than 2,200 wines were tasted by an international jury of wine professionals, Italian winemakers, sommeliers, journalists, and Italian wine ambassadors. Those wines that scored more than 90 points were awarded certificates and will be included in the 5-star Wines and Wines Without Walls 2023 book, while the very best wines in each category were singled out for special awards. A great pleasure to welcome my guest today, Elisa Centanni. We spoke last year when Vini Centanni was also taking part in 5-star Wines, and you had won a prestigious award last year. So congratulations once again for the success you've had in winning the Best Organic Rosato Wine in the Wines Without Walls competition for Floralia 2022. Thank you very much for joining me. How are you today?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you very much, Marc.
Great.
How are you?
I'm very well. The sun is shining here in England. It's a beautiful day. And after a very long winter, it seems that summer has finally arrived. How about you? I imagine it's beautiful in the southern Le Marche.
Yes, these days the weather is very good. A good sunshine and a good spring, finally.
Finally. Now, Elisa, you are in the southern Le Marche, in the province of Ascoli Piceno, an area I really love. It's a beautiful area, perhaps less well visited than maybe other parts of Le Marche. So I'd like you to describe where you are, what's so special about the wine hills of Offida and where you are located in this very special wine zone.
Yes, we are located in the south of Marche, in the province of Ascoli Piceno, and we are located in a special valley called Vald'aso. This is an especially valley located at about 5 kilometers from the Adriatic Sea and about 30 kilometers from Monte Sibillini. So we have an especially climate to produce wines, vegetables, fruit. Our valley is very, very famous to produce vegetable, fruit, and grapes.
Well, that's actually quite important, I think, because Le Marche is an area that perhaps is not just dedicated to specialist monoculture of grapes, but I think that's what makes it so beautiful, where you have this mixture in the countryside of fruit orchards, vineyards, woods, and with the sea in front of you and these beautiful Sibillini mountains behind. It's
Yes.
one of the most really beautiful, stunningly beautiful wine areas in all of Italy. I really love it. And of course, I love this wonderful medieval city, small city, Ascoli Piceno. It's a special place too, isn't it?
Yes, sure. Ascoli Piceno is a good city and is very lovely. It has a good historic center and is very famous for olive alla scolana.
Oh, we'll talk about the delicious olive ascolana in just
Yes.
one of my favorite things to have with a glass of wine. Now, Wines Without Walls is a section of the 5-Star Wines competition that's dedicated to organic, biodynamic, natural, and sustainable wines and viticulture. Tell us a little bit about Vini Centanni and your approach to growing grapes sustainably and as naturally, organically as possible.
It's very, very difficult to produce organic and sustainable wines because we can't use chemical product to protect our grapes from the heat. We can use only sulfur and copper that can protect our grapes from the heat. We can't cure the grapes from the heat. So we have had a lot of attention at the weather, at the climate, especially in this period. After a lot of rain, after a lot of changing of climate, we have to add a lot of attention.
Okay, so it really makes it a much more labor-intensive effort. For example, without using herbicides, you need to make
No, we can't.
You can't use herbicides or pesticides. You're using organic material, and you're only using the copper sulfite to treat the vines when necessary. So can you tell us a little bit about this award-winning wine, Floralia, the grape varieties, and how you make this beautiful rosato?
We are very happy to have won this especially award with our Floralia. Floralia is a rosé wine with 100% of Montepulciano grapes. To produce Floralia, we select an special period to harvest our Montepulciano. Because to produce Floralia, we select the oldest grapes of Montepulciano we have, and we harvest them in an especially period when the acidity and the sugar are very concentrated on the grapes, so we can produce an especially wine with a good aroma on the nose and especially aroma in the mouth too.
Is this harvested earlier than for the red wines that you make?
No. We harvest in the same period we harvest to produce the other red wines.
Okay, so this is from your oldest vine. So you're really putting a lot of attention into this special Floralia Rosato. It's an important wine.
Yes. This year, our Floralia is a very, very important wine for us.
Okay, so you've harvested the Montepulciano grapes, this juicy, dark grape that makes wonderful red wines in Ascoli Piceno, as well as in Abruzzo and in Conero. So along the Adriatic coast, Montepulciano really thrives. And so you've harvested the grapes. What do you do next?
After the harvesting, we put the skin and the juice together for a short maceration, about 12 hours. After this process, we take the juice and it begin the fermentation as a white wine without skin.
Okay, so 12 hours maceration on the skin.
Yes.
That period is drawing color and phenolic elements from the grape skins. And then you draw the must off of the skins and you ferment as if you were fermenting a white wine. With the natural yeast?
Yes, we use only natural yeast and organic yeast to produce all our wines, because all wines of our company are organic.
Okay, so you're using the yeast present on the grapes. And the fermentation is at a controlled temperature?
Yes, for example, Floralia ferment at a controlled temperature, about 10 degrees for about 20 days.
For about 20 days. Okay.
Yes.
And then the wine continues to age in stainless steel?
Yes, sure. Floralia aged only in stainless steel. And when the wine is ready, normally the first days of March, we bottle it.
Okay, so when it was in the concorso of five-star wines, it had only just been bottled then, because this was the end of March and we were tasting the 2022, I believe.
Yes, sure.
A very fresh, fruity style, but with quite good structure.
For example, this year we have bottled the Floralia the first days of March, because five-star wines was the first days of April, if I remember exactly.
Just between end of March and April. That's right.
Yes.
Right before Vini Italy.
Yes, before the day before.
Yeah, great. Good. It's a beautiful wine, and I'm sure we'll talk in a minute about some of the foods that go well with it. But before we pass on to discuss foods in Ascoli Piceno in Le Marche, let's just touch on some of your other important wines. The two whites, passerina and pecorino. And
yes.
The red wines, the Rosso Piceno wine.
Yes. We produce all typical wines of this area. Especially we produce passerina, we produce pecorino, we produce one Rosso Piceno DOC and one Rosso Piceno Superiore. And other typical wines of this area, for example, Valerio. We produce 2 natural wines without sulfites too. So we have a good portfolio wines.
How long have you been organic?
20 years.
20 years. So
20 years, yes.
That your family began really before organic wines were that well known.
Yes. We began to be organic 20 years ago.
Okay. Now, one wine I'd like to talk about, because it's very special from where you are, is the pecorino. We here in England, in America, around the world, people are discovering pecorino. But pecorino from your area, from offida, from the Ascoli Piceno province, is very, very special. Tell us about pecorino.
Pecorino is the most famous wines for our company, but for all territory. In fact, we are this especially territory has the DOCG label. So, and the DOCG label is offida pecorino DOCG. And it's the most representative wine for us and for the companies of this territory.
Well, let's turn a little bit now to talking about food and wine. Now, you mentioned something at the beginning of our conversation that's very special and very delicious, the oliva ascolana.
Yes.
What is this?
It's an especially type of olive, It's a big olive. Normally, it's harvested at the end of September. And after the harvest of all olive go inside with the water and salt for about 15 days. When the olive are ready to be ate, we prepare a mix of meat. We cook a mix of meat and we put inside the olive.
What meat?
A mix.
Okay.
Chicken, beef, pig.
Okay.
Mixed meat. And we put inside the olive. And after this process, all olive are mixed with flour. And after flour, eggs, and then bread. Okay? After this, you can fry.
That's right. They're most delicious to have with a glass of wine. This stuffed, as you've explained, Elisa, a large olive, this oliva ascolana, quite large, and the stone is taken out of the olive and stuffed with this delicious mixture of meats, and then breaded with breadcrumbs and deep fried. So when you have one of these straight out of the fryer, perhaps walking around Ascoli Piceno with a cone to eat with your hands and a glass of wine, it really is one of the best things you can eat. And I guess that Floralia, it is such a delicious food to eat. And you really only find this in the Ascoli Piceno area, up by Ancona or further up Le Marche. it's not a food that is really encountered. It is just from Ascoli Piceno, isn't it?
Italian Wine Podcast. If you think you love wine as much as we do, then give us a like and a follow anywhere you get your pods.
It's a food really from Ascoli Piceno.
Oh, yes, yes.
You don't find
it's
it.
a typical food of Ascoli Piceno.
Okay.
And the area around Ascoli Piceno, in the north of Marche.
And what about the fritto misto ascolano?
Fritto misto ascolano are olive, cream, fry cream, and cheese fry, and meat agnello. Agnello and some chicken.
Some chicken as well.
Yes.
So it's a mixed fry. The unusual thing, we have the meat, maybe some chicken, some cheese, the oliva ascolana, and this unusual crema fritta, a sort of custard that's quite a thick custard that's also breaded and fried. An unusual ingredient for me when I've enjoyed eating the fritto misto ascolana, something I really love. Perhaps the fritto misto would be better with a glass of rosso piceno?
It depends. You can drink fritto misto with pecorino and rosso piceno. You can choose the wine you like to drink with fritto misto. With fritto misto.
Okay. And I think one thing that's also very interesting about where you are, Elisa, is that you have these beautiful Sibillini mountains behind, and you also have the seaside in front, just 5 kilometers away, San Benedetto Pronto, which is one of the most important fishing ports on the Adriatic. So you get beautiful fish too.
Yes, sure. In San Benedetto, there is a big port where each morning arrive a lot of good fish.
And what are some of the typical ways that you enjoy the fish in your area?
The most typical dishes in San Benedetto prepared with fish is brodetto alla San Benedettese.
Okay. So this is like a big fish stew?
Yes. You can prepare with all types of fresh fish you have. Fry onion with oil. You put all types of fish you have and a little quantity of green tomato.
Green tomato?
Yes, not red tomato, but green tomato.
Okay. So that's particular to San Benedetto.
Yes.
Okay. And what wine would you drink with brodetto?
You can choose with brodetto too, because you can drink passerina and pecorino. You can choose between 2 white wines.
Okay. Is the passerina a little bit lighter than pecorino?
Yes, it's lighter than pecorino. Okay. A little bit, but it's lighter than it.
Now, Elisa, you've given our listeners a really lovely overview of where you are in the southern Le Marche with the mountains, which are beautiful to walk in. I think they're some of the most beautiful mountains anywhere. And then the seaside. And you've talked about the foods to go with your range of wines. So I'm hoping our listeners will come to Le Marche, to come to Ascoli Piceno and visit Vini Centanni. Can you tell us a little bit about wine hospitality and visitors to your wine estate?
In this area, there are a lot of hospitality. And if you arrive in the Marche, in the south of Marche, you can find a good hospitality in Vini Centanni too. You can have a wine tasting with us. You can taste all wines you like to drink.
Okay, well, that sounds great. And I'm sure that our listeners who are located all around the world will try to make a visit to this beautiful area and to visit Vini Centanni. So, Elisa, thank you very much for taking us to your home, to the southern area of Le Marche, to telling us about Vini Centanni and your cultivation of grapes sustainably and organically, describing your award-winning wine. Congratulations once again, and thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you very much to Vini Italy, and thank you very much to you for this opportunity and for your kindly.
It's been a pleasure, and I hope we can meet, and I would love to taste your wines with you with one of those delicious Oliva Ascolana. Grazie.
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay.
Thank you very much to you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Ciao. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Please remember to like, share and subscribe right here or wherever you get your pods. Likewise, you can visit us at ItalianWinePodcast.com. Until next time, chin chin.